There's so much craziness going on in the world today. First, there was the pandemic, and now the war in Ukraine. Some people are even talking about whether or not we are on the threshold of World War III. I heard someone the other day talking about all this, and they put it pretty succinctly. We in Revelations now, they said. Not the best grammar, but you get the point. And since the time of its writing in the first century, people have speculated endlessly about what events are being described in the book of Revelation. There are three main views: the preterist, the futurist, and the idealist. The preterist view believes that most of the events described in Revelation have already been fulfilled. The futurist view believes that they are yet to be fulfilled. And the idealist view believes that the book is really focusing on not any specific historic event, but rather patterns that tend to repeat themselves over and over throughout history. Now, my personal approach to the book is quite eclectic. I see much of the book as referring to first century events involving the Jewish war with Rome, along with the destruction of Jerusalem and its temple. However, I think that there are glimpses in the book of a future in which evil is vanquished, heaven and earth are fully integrated, and every tear is wiped away. I've also come to appreciate much about the idealist interpretation. Although the book is often speaking of actual historical events, whether past or future, it describes them in a way that reveals a deeper pattern, or perhaps deeper series of patterns that repeat themselves over and over. And this is because history is not purely linear, but more like a spiral. It's moving from creation to culmination, but as it winds its way forward, good and evil, well, they both emerge and they conflict with each other in repeatable ways. And this is why people in every century tend to see their circumstances in the symbols of the book. Now, this is where I find the most value in Revelation, not by using it as a history book to learn about the ancient past, or as a roadmap to predict what's going to happen next in Russia or China or Iraq or here in the US, but rather I learn from the book how evil operates, how it rises up to resist God by trying to devour God's people through intimidation, deception, and persecution. And even more importantly, how Christians can overcome what appears to be overwhelming odds. So here are three important ideas in Revelation that we need to remember, and we need them right now. Consider pausing the video after each of these to look up and read the passage cited and discuss and pray over it yourself or with those that you may be gathered with. Number one, God is in control, and through Jesus and His Spirit, He is directing the course of history. Number two, in dark times, it's imperative that the church keep praying, praising, and preaching. Number three, those who endure persecution to the end, without letting the evil corrupt their own hearts, will be victorious.